What's up, YouTube? Let's get right to it. So, if you've been following my videos and my recent updates about the shooting by Rochester, New York police of a young man who was a passenger in the back of a vehicle during a traffic stop, then you know that the Rochester, New York Police Department finally, after what, according to Rochester, New York Police Chief Cynthia Harriet, was some redacting that they had to do to the video, which basically means editing. They finally released the video, and actually, I'm playing some of it here in slow mo, as you can see. And I'm going to be honest with you before I get to the point of the video, which is titled, the basically the video that the Rochester, New York Police Department will not show you or has not shown yet, right? We'll get to that in a second. But in this video here, I will not be showing the moments of the shooting. I'll be honest, that's one thing I've never really liked about a lot of other YouTube channels and YouTubers, so-called accountability channels and stuff like that, police accountability channels, is the first thing you'll see about my channel is that it's not monetized. I have no interest in that. I certainly, even if it was monetized, I have zero interest in making money off someone's tragedy. This young man, regardless what he may have been involved in or accused of, or whoever he was as a person, uh, a life was taken here. This is someone's son, someone's, you know, um, friend, grandson. He had relatives. I'm not sure if he had children. Uh, but regardless, it is a human being, and I will not, and I refuse, even if my channel was monetized, which is not, and I refuse to make any kind of income, any kind of money off a tragedy, unlike mainstream news media, which they basically thrive on tragedies because tragedies equals news ratings and news ratings equal money. Okay, I'm done with my rant there. But again, I will not be showing the moments of the shooting on this video. Instead, I will be focusing on, again, the title of the video. So I'm not going to recap the whole thing. If you're a regular watcher of my channel or if you somehow just came across this video, you can check out the other videos, which talk about the incident, including where I did put the body cam, especially the segment where the shooting actually occurred. So here's my main thing about this. First of all, if you're from Rochester, New York, then you know already. If you're not, then I can tell you that the Rochester, New York Police Department has a long, dark, disturbing history of not only misconduct, corruption, but of executing innocent people. Basically, of a bunch of trigger happy cops. And I believe that's what happened in this case. Again, the Rochester, New York Police Department released this video from a couple different angles, at least two angles of two different Rochester, New York police officers. And I have yet to see that the young man, who has been identified, by the way, as Mark Gaskill, uh, I have yet to see that he was any threat at any point. Now, police claim that he had a firearm somewhere in his waist. The public has not been shown that, and that is what this video is about. Now, the cops can be heard, and again, you can see the video in my other video. You can see the body cam video of the actual shooting, which again, I will not be showing in this video. But the cops can be heard in the video. One cop panicking and basically, yelling gun, 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 gun. And basically, they both pretty much opened fire on this young man with a passenger in the front seat, which could have been hit and also killed also. So there's a video. I want to be clear. There is a video, okay? And you'll see Rochester, New York Police Chief Cynthia Harriet here in a second. a little clip of her at a news conference, or should I call it the gum chewing chief, because it's so unprofessional and just tacky to be chewing gum as a professional and as a leader, right, of an organization or a department, right? Basically a gang, which is what most police departments are. But we won't get into that. But yeah, she's constantly chewing gum at press conferences, which is really, really unprofessional and just downright vulgar. But she didn't mention anything. And again, the Rochester, New York Police Department has not released the video that they need to release. And the video they need to release, and I'll show you here in a little bit, is from the officers who arrive at the pretty much at the end part of the incident, which is after the two. Here's Rochester, New York Police Chief chewing gum, Cynthia Elliott, the gum chewer. Uh, but the part of the video you'll see here in a second that the Rochester, New York Police Department needs to release is this part right here. These are officers that arrived with a shield, at least one shield. Once the young man, Mark Gaskill, is basically, pretty much deceased in the back seat of this car, right? After being shot multiple times. Uh, Put it like this: if you've seen the video, it is disturbing. The two cops basically emptied out their clips, their magazines on their weapons, on their guns, and reloaded. You could actually hear both of them say "reloaded, reloading." The video that the Rochester, New York Police Department obviously does not want the public to see is this video, and that would be important because these officers supposedly took a gun off the suspect, and I want to be clear. Or the victim. Let me say the victim. I'm sorry. Took a gun off the victim here. Now, I want to be clear about something. Even if there is a gun, okay, show the public. But even if there is a gun, that is not enough reason. Everyone is on Twitter and on social media, which that's what I hate. Everyone becomes an expert all of a sudden, right? Oh, he had a gun. He had a gun. So the fuck what? Because you have a gun does not give anyone, especially a police officer, a right to kill you. Now, if you do something with that gun in a threatening manner, then that's a different story. And if that's what this young man did, then show the public that. Show the public video and proof. But I'm sorry, a cop sounding like a bitch, no offense to anyone, screaming gun, gun, gun because he panicked, and that panic led him and his partner to empty out their clips on a person confined to the backseat area of a car is not reason to kill someone. And that's exactly what they did here. So now the Rochester, New York Police Department must produce this video of these officers approaching Mr. Gaskill and supposedly, allegedly recovering a gun. But again, even if they have that video, that does not mean that they were justified in shooting this young man and killing him. But it would go a step further in saying if he really does have a gun or did have a gun in his possession, right? Let's see it. But I just find it interesting that they released body cam video, about 42 minutes worth of body cam video, but they did not release the point of view, POV, right, from these officers. These officers that you're looking at now, which are the ones that approached the car and supposedly recovered, right, according to Rochester, New York Police, a gun. Let the public see that. So obviously there's no real transparency here. And there's a lot more to this story. There's a lot more to this story. Again, it is very disturbing. Just because you have a gun does not give the right to police to take your life. And that's exactly what they did here. Having a gun, I don't care if he had 8 guns on his waistband. That does not mean the police were necessarily justified in taking a life. And that is exactly what they did. And anyone that believes that the police can just take a life because you have a gun on you is a very disturbed individual. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you for watching Davey V TV.